Welcome to your ultimate guide in terms of the best cars and tunes in Forza Horizon 5. I'm your favorite German potato. In the last couple of months I worked together with some of the best drivers in the game to bring you these spicy insights. This ultimate video features every single class in the game, and even every single class features different categories such as handling, all-round or speed. Get a coffee, take some notes, enjoy! Starting off with number 5 and the KTM Expo GT4, a handling beast with amazing downforce, but unfortunately no straight line speed at all, so this only works on the super small circuits in the game. And in terms of setup, Mr. Professor OW got you covered. You also see the share code now. By the way, this will happen for every single car in this video. On fourth, we have the Lotus Elise GT1, actually an evergreen of Forza Horizon. It was good in Forza Horizon 4, it's good here. It might not be like the most OP choice anymore, but it's still viable. It has less lateral Gs than the KTM Expo, so it's slightly worse in corners. However, as soon as you're hitting the straights, this car is going to catch up and probably also overtake. The highlighted tune is provided by ESV Mars. As you can see, download the tune, it's still great. It's one of the oldest here in the video, but yeah, go get it. On third, we have the irrepressible Jaguar XJR 15. When you drive on handling tracks that also feature some straights in the game, this car will be your choice. However, to make it viable as a handling car, it has to feature rear-wheel drive. Means it's slightly harder to drive than the cars you've seen before, but with some throttle control in tight corners, you should be good to go. For this car, it's simultaneously pretty difficult to tell you one specific tune, that's why I want to share 3 ones with you. Some, for example, feature Aero, some don't. So it always depends on the track you're driving. We've got Kimor, we've got Bala, and we've got Egao no Hana. On position number 2, we have the Dodge Viper Anniversary Edition, a car which you probably always see when you queue for custom adventures in S1 class. It's a handling beast, however, it features rear-wheel drive if you want to make it quick, so it's definitely harder to drive than the Expo or the Elise GT1 you've seen before. The tuner of our choice in this case is Noah Miyaku. He has like 8 or 9 tunes up for this car, for this purpose actually as well. This one that we have here features drift tires, and another one with rally tires is provided by Nalak28. You probably know this name. You can also get this. Before we're heading to the first position, I want to showcase you 2 honorable mentions. The first one is the McLaren F1 GT. In terms of performance, it's pretty much like the Jaguar XJR 15, just slightly worse. So still a very, very good car. The tune from TRD Puppy will make you win. And for those of you who don't like to swap engines or to put Forza arrows on cars, this purist build for the Mosler MT900S might be your new best friend. VNX Lights kindly uploaded his tune for this car, and now have fun. And on first, we have the ultimate handling beast in S1 class. It's the Elemental RP1. Basically a glorified go-kart with its 659 kg and only 331 horsepower. And as you can see, I was driving this car with my awesome Johnson Racing community, guys. If you want to be part of these racing nights, racing challenges, whatever, join us on Discord, where I'm always announcing these sessions and then can be part of the action. And guys, don't forget to smash that like button if you like what you see, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new. That would be amazing. And as you can see, I was hunting VNX Lads, who's OP in S1 class in Forza Horizon 5 with my Elemental. He was in the Expo GT4, which was also a decent car. We've seen this on the list, but no chance against the Elemental RP1 because Lads is a better driver than me. And the tuning I was using there was uploaded by Marethu1, definitely one of the handling gods in Forza Horizon 5, especially in S2 class. On fifth, we have the Lotus 340R. Thanks to fellow German potato Ray for recording this, since I couldn't get the car, guys. It's not available at the moment, and you know that I was off for like 2.5 years, so I didn't unlock this car, and yeah, Forza, please make it available again. Thank you. Hence the German menu. However, you can still see that this setup was uploaded by VNX Lads. On fourth, we have the Donkeyford D8 GTO, and yeah, this car actually looks like a donkey. Dad? DEX COD Chaos got you covered with his former world record tune, however, this is super hard to drive. Followed by the Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 1LE on third. What a name. Compared to all other cars in this category, it's a heavyweight, even utilizing a wide body kit. Once again, VNX Let's has our go-to tune, which will make you fly on circuits especially. Forza's developers seem to love KTM since the X-Bow is our number 2 pick. Drift tires, wheel-rear drive, what else do you want to know? Get the tune from Bala and yeah, experience it yourself. No, the Forza developers don't only love KTM, but also Lotus. It's the third one in the video already, the 211, our number 1 pick in this acceleration category. And yeah, this amazing run by Let's at the moment here shows you the difference between axle builds and speed builds. It outperforms the Noble every single time in turns and also shortly afterwards, so every time when it accelerates. But you know, the longer the straight is, the closer the Noble gets and even overtakes the 211 again. But as you can see, two different viable strategies. The 211 is the best car when it comes to acceleration builds. It's probably also one of the easier ones to drive. And you should definitely also use it. And yes, he beat the Noble, woo! And by doing so, he also used his own tune, which is still uploaded, get it, and yeah, maybe try to beat his time. Luckily, this run also served as a great introduction for the speed car, so let's get straight into the action with number 5, the TVR Griffith. Honestly, if we just looked at the pure performance of the car, then it could rank higher than some of the other cars. However, this is probably the hardest one to drive from this list, so that's why it's only on 5th. VNX Let's got you covered in terms of a tune, like most of the time. We're going far back in time with our speed monster number 4 pick, the Porsche 906. 611 kg have to manage 1122 horsepower. Pretty insane ratio if you ask me. And the father of this beast is called K1Z Bala, what a surprise. This car was already good after the initial release of the game, so you probably know this already. It's the NSX R GT, our number 3 pick. This can also be your entry in getting used to speed cars, since this is definitely the easiest to drive. Want to reach 430 km/h in races? Well, get K1Z Bala's tune. On second, we have the lovely Noble M400. Released in 2022 and one of the last cars I made a video with actually, it definitely features one of the best turn-ins in this category. Of course, just like all the other speed cars on this list, it requires massive throttle control. You can use TCS, yes, but this makes you much slower in Forza Horizon 5 unfortunately. No other than K1Z Bala would be worth providing the tune. You already knew that before. The best speed car in S1 class in Forza Horizon 5 is the Jaguar XJR 15. Our speed god that holds multiple world records on various sprints, street races and even circuits. Have fun trying to beat it. In S1 class, optimized for racing, not for straight line speed, it still reaches 438 km/h, and I don't call out that name of this tune anymore. Just get it. On 5th, we have the evergreen, the Ford GT. Slicks meet all-wheel drive and a very solid straight-line performance. Your safe bet for S1 online races is provided by K1Z Bart. Significantly harder to drive, but an awesome car, is our number 4 pick, the Lamborghini Diablo GTR. Due to rear-wheel drive and drift tires, this car definitely loses at the start versus other balanced cars like the Ford GT. However, when you're reaching these mid-speed parts, the Diablo is just insane. Our senpai of the Diablo GTR is called Andy Raman. He's uploaded his tune, get it, you won't regret it. Probably the easiest one in terms of drivability here, the Ferrari FXX, our number 3 pick, another all-wheel drive tune monster. It has so much grip that it's basically glued to the road. From now on, the FXX will be a grippy friend in case you're using the tune uploaded by lovely VNX Let's. The Mosler MT900 GT3 was added to the game with the Hot Wheels expansion, and it's my number 2 pick for this video. Just like the Elemental, this Mosler had to undergo a test versus my awesome community. Let's in the Noble, Danks in another Noble, Marple in the Diablo GT3R, so amazing drivers in amazing cars. Let's see how the Mosler performs. At the start we're just flying away, so the acceleration after the start of this car is amazing, as you can see. In the first quarter of the race, I kept my lead pretty easily, as you can see, since these turns are just easy snack for the Mosler. The handling is amazing. And yeah, look at these OP lines. We're reaching the last quarter of this race and Oh my god! Let's caught up in his noble M600 and Let's is an OP driver, so we can actually be proud to still be on first. So what is going to happen now, guys? This car features rally tires, so you can also go on the grass pretty easily, and then this mistake happens! Your favorite German potato makes this stupid mistake. Yes, rally tires can help there, but they also lead to some sluggish feeling of the car in turns sometimes. So this is the only problem that this car can have. And with this tune, Mr. K1Z Bala celebrates his comeback in terms of tuning provision. Before we're heading to the number 1 pick, it's time for some great honorable mentions again. The race before spoiled this car to you already, the noble M600. Let's was rapid in it. It's a very good car in S1 class, so try it out. Of course, Let's uploaded his setup, and there's also one from Bart. One features rear-wheel drive, the other one features all-wheel drive. Your decision. This one is followed by 2 amazing purist builds. So we have the McLaren F1 GT again, uploaded by, hey, Bala, what a surprise. And the Porsche 911 GT1, also uploaded by Bala. I think the McLaren F1 GT is a bit quicker since it also starts much better than the Porsche. However, 2 amazing purist builds if you don't want to use Forza Aero or engine swaps. Our number 1 pick, and this is probably no surprise to most of you, is the Dodge Viper Anniversary Edition. It's by far the quickest car in this class when it comes to all-wheel drive builds, however, you have to use drag tires for it. Means it will need some time to get used to it, since in the beginning it feels slightly weird in my opinion. And the tune is not made by Bala, not made by Bart, not made by Let's. No, this is by Fried Rice Pro, our Viper god. Starting off with number 5 on the handling list, the Lotus 211. It is the best acceleration car in S1 class, but also one of the best handling cars in A class. So yeah, it's a pretty great car in different classes, and the tune is provided by VNX Let's. And you see the name of the tuning, it's a purist build, that means no weird Forza Aero on it. On 4th, we have the lovely small Elise 99, another Lotus on this list. It used to be like the best handling car in the beginning of the game, you know, everybody was driving it until we found out there are some other cars as well. However, I provided 2 tunes for you. One is made by Dubier, which is super handling focused, and the other one is from K1Z Bala, and with that one you can also rock some, handling focused sprints. On 3rd, we have the KTM Expo, our lovely glorified go-kart, wrapped in a Batman livery, but the question is, would Batman actually fit in the car? Anyway, this car has no top speed at all, so this is only usable on those super tight handling tracks like the Chihuahua circuit, but if you're racing these, try the setup from K1Z Xander, which features rear-wheel drive, so you definitely also need some throttle control. The 2nd position goes to the Honda NSX RGT. This is one of the best S1 class speed cars and one of the best handling cars in A class as well. So the difference to the cars before is that the top speed of this car is also quite decent. So it's not super awesome or something like that, it's no speed car, it's no acceleration car, but your car won't die on straights if you are driving on longer sprints, for example. And this basically makes it like the best all-round car on this handling list. Again, K1Z Xander seems to be the whisperer of handling A class. By the way, is it called Xander or simply XNDR? Before we head to number 1, I definitely want to show you this honorable mention, the lovely GMC Jimmy. It's such a meme that this is still one of the best pure handling cars in A class, but be aware, ladies and gentlemen, you have to use simulation steering in this car or you will just roll. Not only the car is a meme, but also the name of the creator, Big Papa Kekdog. Say hello to the best handling car in A class, the Honda NSX-R from 1992. The crazy thing about this car is that compared to all the other cars here on this list that need rear-wheel drive or rally tires to get quick, this car can still use slicks and all-wheel drive. So this is like a brain AFK car. It's so easy to drive. In terms of a tune, Travis got you covered, but be aware, ladies and gents, this car only reaches like 236 kilometers per hour on straights. So yeah, it dies there as well. The terror, the horror of all A-class online racing fans, the Bone Shaker, our number 5 pick for the best speed cars in A-class. It can reach over 400 km per hour in A-class and is a handful to drive, which actually applies to all of these speed cars on this list. They're all so tricky. Apparently Reddit seems to be the biggest fan of Let's Tune of the Bone Shaker, so that's why we definitely have to showcase it here as well. Have fun dying. On fourth, we have one of the evergreens of Forza. I think I can't remember a modern Forza game in which the dodge dart wasn't good in any class. Compared to the Bone Shaker, the tune's provided by C Boss and lets at least feature rally tires and not drift tires here, so you might have slightly more grip in the dart than in the Bone Shaker. Please welcome our number 3 pick, the Mercedes 300 SLR, a lovely vintage car, which actually is the most expensive car in Forza Horizon 5. To get it, you have to pay 143 million credits. Wow. But you can also sometimes snipe it in the auction house for 20 mil. At least 410 km per hour top speed, rear-wheel drive, drift tires. Sounds like a children's birthday party. Get the tune from Igao Nohana and have fun. It can't get much older than our number 2 pick, the Ford Coupe from 32. It's almost 100 years old. How can this be so fast? There's actually a pretty huge difference between this car and the 3 ones you've seen before, since this is more of an acceleration build. So the top speed isn't really awesome, but the time in which the car reaches top speeds is insane, and that's why it's also super tricky to drive and part of the speedless basically. Simultaneously, on most of the tracks in the game you don't even need the super top speed compared to amazing acceleration. Most of the time this car drives better lap times than the 3 cars before. The tune of our choice in this case is no other than K1Z Bala. The winner of the best speed car category is the Toyota Sports 800. This shouldn't be first in my opinion. Just like the Ford Coupe before, this is more of an acceleration build, so no super insane top speed, but crazy acceleration and yeah, probably the best lap times you find in A-Class. Let me also tell you, don't be sad if you struggle initially in these cars. They're super tricky to drive, and if you start with TCS, it's no problem, even though this is much slower with these cars. The tunes in this case are provided by K1Z Bala. Wow, you are a speed god, mate, and Kiss My Duck. I love that username so much. And to not lose any of your precious time, we're already heading to the probably favorite category of most of you guys watching this video, the best all-round cars, and we're starting this category with some kind of a meme car. It's the 6-wheeled Fast and Furious flip car from the Fast and Furious DLC pack. Its easy drivability and great grip make it one of the best all-round A-Class cars. However, there's one downside, and that's one specific physics bug that this car features. So as soon as you're rewinding, the car doesn't really steer anymore, so it's broken after that. So if you're using the car, definitely don't rewind. In terms of tunings, this car isn't that heavily featured from our usual suspects basically, probably since it's a DLC car. However, NDL Samu got you covered. On number 4 we have the Alfa Romeo 155, a car that was already featured on this channel in a specific video. Great lower mid-speed acceleration meet a slight tail-happy behavior due to its very thin tires. Compared to the flip car, the Alfa is also easy to get. Simply head to the backstage shop and buy it for 1 backstage pass. There are many tunings floating around for this car, but I really like Noah Miyaku's in this case, but K1Z Bart also got you covered. And I won't talk about this very cursed drag tires build that I also found, which is crazy on sprints, but yeah, it's so bad to drive. On third, we have one of the biggest fan favorites ever. Due to its rally heritage, it's the Subaru Impreza 22B. It's comparatively easy to drive, but there's one thing you definitely have to look out for, and that's its engine. In these tunes used for these all-round builds, you definitely have to shift very, very early, at around 5.3k, 5.4k, or you're losing a lot of time. That also means you have to shift manually at least, because the automatic doesn't care. And again, it's Mr. Noah Miyaku who will make you fly in online or offline races with this car. I'm already sorry about this, but yes, I have to tell you that the Bone Shaker is still on the top 5, we have it on number 2. Its super big wheels make it slightly understeery, but at the same time so grippy. It's definitely the easiest car from this all-round car list. And if other channels on YouTube tell you that this car isn't overpowered, then they simply don't know what they're talking about, sorry. And it's actually the first time we have ESV Mars on the list today as a tuner, so go get his tune. And it actually shows how altruistic he is. He helped me with setting up the list and everything for this video, but never told me use my tunes. What a legend. Before we're heading to number 1, I want to show you my honorable mention, the Nissan Skyline, which is also amazing. And it can also be seen as some kind of representative of a bigger group of amazing cars, like more Skylines or more Imprezas, some Lancers. So let me know in the comment section, guys, if you want to see more best A-class cars videos, like, I don't know, number 15 to 6, for example. And then I might consider doing it if there's enough interest. Our tuner of choice in this case, ESV Mars. Finally, on number 1, we have a truck. Yes, a truck for road racing and not for dirt racing. It's the GMC Cyclone. Great acceleration, great handling. It's slightly slidey, but with some throttle control you can definitely handle that. Just one of the best all-round cars in A-class. There are many tunes out there for this car due to its performance, of course, but I went with K1Z Bart. Can never go wrong with him. Like always, we're starting off the list with the best handling cars, and our number 5 pick is the Apollo Intensa Emozioni Welcome Pack Edition. Great grip, great downforce, decent top speed for a handling car. Don't expect super OP things from the Apollo. This is definitely reserved to the upcoming cars. However, it's just a very cool, smooth car. Our tuner of choice is Mr. K1Z Hauser. I think that's a first. On 4th, we have the Aston Martin Valkyrie AMR Pro. Amazing grip and stability, probably make this the easiest car on this list. However, due to its lack of speed, it's definitely only usable on our lovely Mickey Mouse tracks like Chihuahua or the Tierra Prospera circuit. If you want to see more of the car, I've just uploaded a single episode with it, so feel free to check it out after watching this video. And like in the video, it's VNX Lights who's our tuner of choice. It's getting spicy as all of the following cars are much better than the 2 you've seen before, and our number 3 pick is the Koenigsegg CC GT, an evergreen of Forza Horizon 5. Since the beginning of the game we're racing this car, and in the beginning of the game this was the best handling car in S2 class. Now it's beaten by 2 others, but it's still amazing. It's a great all-round car even, so if you're using this on sprints, it's also working there. The CCGT shines the most if you're going with the tune provided by Nick3140. And even more OP than the CCGT, say hello to the Brabham BT62, which was added with the Horizon 5 Hot Wheels expansion. It's actually not fair that this car has better handling and speed than the CCGT. Say thanks to the Forza gods. The Brabham can be built in different ways, and to make it this handling beast you definitely have to swap the RV12 engine. We already had this name in other videos. Travis is our Brabham Whisperer. And let me tell you, it won't be the last time you see this car in this video. It's honorable mention time, and this goes to the Ferrari FXXK Evo. Pretty good handling, decent acceleration and top speed. Won't make it one of the OP cars here in this class, but a very viable choice for online racing. Nyasmo Wisher got you covered with his tune. Apparently you have to get the Hot Wheels expansion, as our car in first, the Hot Wheels BTTB, is also part of that. And when I said before that the Brabham is so much better than all cars before, this also applies to the BTTB. It's so much better than the Brabham. It basically holds every single handling world record in this class. There's no way around this car. It's so broken when it comes to mid and high speed handling that this car is just unbeatable. It's actually insane. And this time I have a very special treat for you guys. Marathu1, who was also helping me with this video in general, provided us with his open tuning setting. So of course you can just download his tune, you see the share code like always. But if you just want to copy his tune and change it slightly so that it fits to you personally, go for it. Thanks again to Marathu for being such a legend. And that brings us straight to the power build section, and honestly this is the first time that power builds actually feel decent, since we're in S2 class and these builds still have a lot of downforce. And you already saw the car, the Porsche 911 GT1, a lovely car, which is more of an acceleration build though. You'll reach around 370 km per hour with this car, which is decent, but it's definitely not the best top speed from this list. Yuvu RV12, what a lovely meme name, uploaded this tune for us, and yeah, it's a second account of somebody, but I just won't call out the name right now, maybe he doesn't want to. Once again, the Lotus Elise GT1 successfully made it into one of our videos. I'd say it has more wheel spin than the Porsche, which makes it a bit harder to drive, but eventually the Elise is quicker, since it's quicker when it comes to mid and high speed handling parts. The top end is also much better, and who doesn't want to fly through these little villages with over 390 km per hour? Same tuner, same meme name, same quality. Followed by the Lamborghini Diablo GTR on third. It feels a bit more boaty than the 2 cars before, but this also leads to more stability, so it's actually easier to drive than the other ones in my opinion. even though it features stock tires. Acceleration and top speed are pretty similar to what the Elise does, if not even a bit better. Since Let's is so poor in Forza Horizon, please download his tune so that he finally gets some credits again. Our number 2 pick is the Mosler MT900S, no S2 class list without this car. In terms of the handling cars, it was very easy to say which car wins. In this case, it's much more difficult though. When it comes to most of the high-speed, let's say handling tracks or mid-speed handling tracks, this is your best car from this list. It's also probably the easiest one to drive. At the same time, it also reaches 440 kilometers per hour in terms of top speed, which is pretty crazy, and also won't get beaten by the car on first. So yeah, in this case we basically have 2 winners, and our tuner of choice is lovely K1Z Bada. As expected, I also have an honorable mention for you, and we have the Ferrari F40 Competizione. Another rear drive beast, which is probably comparable to the Diablo in terms of drivability. And I definitely don't want to read out this name anymore, just get his tune. Our winner, and most of you probably already guessed that, it's the McLaren F1 GT. Welcome back. It has unbeatable low and mid-speed acceleration, amazing top speed close to what the Mosler does, and it's still a McLaren F1 GT. That means it tends to be sluggish somehow. And by that I mean that the suspension is pretty bad, most of you know that. So it definitely takes some time to actually get used to the car. But if you do, it's insane. 1436 horsepower, that's what K1Z Bala got in store for us. Like always, you can trust his expertise. We're instantly moving forward with our all-round list, and the Pagani Huayra R on 5th. This is a car that basically does it all. It has good handling, decent acceleration, and also decent top end, but it's just not OP in any of these parts. And it's definitely also not one of the overused cars in S2 class. I think not so many people know that this car is so well-rounded and quick, probably also due to the fact that it's a DLC car. Our tuning contributor of choice is Nalak28 in this case. What's up, Nalak? If you're watching this video, we still love you, man. We follow up with another Pagani. This time it's the Zonda R on 4th. If you choose to pick this car, you definitely focus on acceleration. So compared to the Huayra, this is definitely harder to drive. It only features stock tires, but of course it's still all-wheel drive, and that's why it's on the all-round list. It's a car I'd mostly use on sprints or for street races. A new tuner arises, and he's called Tempest GPT. The all-round bronze medal goes to the Ferrari F50 GT. In general, it features the same characteristics as the Zonda, however, it's a bit more understeery in my opinion, but also easier to drive, and it's a bit quicker than the Zonda actually. With 430 km per hour, it's definitely one of the quickest all-round cars in this class. Let's celebrate Yuvu RV12 once again, as he is sharing his tune with us. It's that time of the video in which I once again showcase the Viper 13 Anniversary Edition on 2nd. You can build this car in so many ways in this class, and I decided to show you 2 of these today. The first, which is also the reason why it's so high in the all-round list now, can probably be labeled as some kind of acceleration handling build. It features rear-wheel drive, which means you definitely have to bring a throttle control for the lower gears, but then in terms of mid and high-speed handling, this is broken OP. Simultaneously, if you're using this handling-focused all-wheel drive build, this car is very easy to drive, probably the easiest one on the list, and could have been on the handling list as well, and there it would have been in the top 5 easily as well, but I just simply didn't want to show you the same car twice. If you're interested in the rear-wheel drive version of this car, go with Noah Miyaku's car, and Nyasmo Wisher got you covered in terms of the handling-focused all-wheel drive build. One of the most versatile cars in this game is our honorable mention for this list. Say hello, again, to the CLK GTR. Very easy to drive, but not super OP. It basically does what the Pagani Huayra does as well. And Rio is our tuner of choice this time. A new name. On first, and I think that's no surprise to many of you, our Brabham BT62. It's so OP. Crazy acceleration, very good handling and downforce, decent top speed, everything you need. It even works on most of the sprint tracks on which you would expect the speed cars to be the most OP ones, but no, even there the Brabham is crazy. Our Lord and Savior once again, Marethu1, as he specifically uploaded a tune only for this video, and again he's just showing his tuning settings openly for every single one of us to just copy them and change them for our personal need. Additionally, he already covered so many tracks specifically that if you simply search for his name, you probably find everything you need. So let's start talking about the best X-Class cars, those fully upgraded beasts. Definitely the quickest cars in the game. Since all those cars are fully upgraded, I didn't categorize them in this case, but here's my top 5, and we start with a Ferrari 599 XX Evolution. It features insane acceleration and a great top speed, but still makes it around those tiny little turns. However, compared to some other cars in this class, especially ones that are upcoming here in this list, it feels a bit floaty and boaty, so yeah, it takes some time to basically get used to it. Travis uploaded his tune specifically for this video. On 4th, and this is a very close 4th, so the car could also be on 3rd, it's the Brabham BT62. Not the first time we see this car in this video. It definitely makes sense that if it's so good in S2 class, it also has to work in X class, and it does. It's definitely on the all-round side of things with great drivability, still decent top speed and acceleration, stuff like that, so yeah, this is pretty easy to drive. Travis once again shows that he loves X-Class, and it's not the last time you see this name. We had this on 2nd in our old best cars list, and it's still awesome. Even in 2025, the Koenigsegg CCGT on 3rd. Compared to the Brabham, the CCGT tends to slide a bit more in lower gears. That's why some throttle control is definitely required in that car. However, it's still an awesome handling-focused all-round car, which you definitely don't want to miss. With the tune uploaded by ESV Mars, it's still working. The Hot Wheels BTTB, our number 2 pick. The downforce of this car is crazy. I mean, it was the best handling car in S2 class, hence it's also amazing as a handling car in X class. Don't expect super crazy high speeds over 400 km per hour. No, the car doesn't reach these. However, it's still so beastly quick that it's super fun to drive. Again, uploaded by our X-Class Lord and Savior, Travis. And on 1st, guys, nothing has changed obviously. It's still the most OP car in the game. The Lamborghini Sesto Elemento Forza Edition. This is a wheel spin only car, hence it's pretty rare in the game, and it still costs a fortune in the auction house, as you can see. It has insane acceleration and crazy handling in low and mid speeds and even high speeds, so this is your go-to car if you simply want to take the best car in the game. And I probably don't have to tell you anymore who we are going to trust here with our tune. Let me also quickly tackle PR Stunts, since they play a huge role when it comes to X-Class. So in terms of speed zones, it's basically Sesto Elemento or nothing. You've seen the tune already, and this could definitely work on all of these. In the background you see me using it for one of those early speed zones, and yeah, I first tried the top 1% with this car in this tune, so yeah, it is amazing. However, Travis even has specific tunes for some speed zones, so the first one you're going to see right now is suited to high speed zones, and the second one is for more of those low speed zones. The Koenigsegg Jesko is the king of speed traps, so always when it's about your top speed, this is your go-to car. Without glitches or something, you can easily reach 500 km per hour in that car. So if it's a very long straight, definitely go with Travis tune. This is like your top high-speed tune that also steers a bit. And if the trap is part of some kind of handling section or comes up right after a turn, go with this tune. When it comes to speed traps, you can also use the Hennessy Venom F5. It even has a slightly better high-speed acceleration than the Jesko, but the pure top speed is worse. Simultaneously, it's very effective on the Hot Wheels DLC, being the only car that isn't capped at 481 km per hour there. And obviously, we're relying on Travis here. Let's also have a quick look at danger signs. In general, all those cars and tunes should give you decent results with easy 3 stars. However, using the Koenigsegg Jesko with its special drag tires tune definitely gives you the most OP experience when it comes to danger signs. But don't expect it to turn. Starting off the handling list with our number 5 pick, the lovely Range Rover 73. Featuring slicks and 372 horsepower, it barely reaches 200 km per hour, which is a bit funny. However, it's an amazing handling car. If you want to go all in when it comes to handling, Diogo Silva got you covered with his amazing tune. But let me also tell you that this car can also work amazingly as an all-round build. Zombie Jesus got a drag tire tune featuring over 600 horsepower, which is one of the best all-round cars in B class actually, so this could also be an option for you. I remember the first days of Forza Horizon 5, everybody used this Myers Manx to claim world records on various handling tracks, and the car is actually still amazing. So if you're planning a little lovely sightseeing tour through Guanajuato, this golf cart-esque car might be your pick. OP on day one and still very good, the tune provided by ESV Mars. Yes, this huge truck is one of the best handling cars in B-Class, the Ford F450. It has 700 horsepower but still only reaches something like 220 km per hour since it's so heavy. But the grip is amazing, and don't forget, once you passed all those people, they will have such a hard time to counterattack since, yeah, you're so wide. VNX Lads keeps providing as he uploaded the best tune for this car. Front-wheel drive lovers assemble, the Honda Civic 97 is our number 2 pick. Always when you have handling tracks that also require some speed, like the Lookout Circuit for example, this is your go-to car. And at the same time it's definitely the best all-round car from this handling list, since it basically works everywhere. There's no handling list without a tune made by K1Z Xander, which is the case here. Go get his Civic and basically beat everyone. This is not our number 1 pick, but the honorable mention for this category, the Toyota Celica. And I have 2 different tunes for you guys. One is made by Diogo Silva, which is amazing on handling tracks, and we also have a purist build uploaded by K1Z Bart. The Sierra 700R is the best handling car in B-Class, but unfortunately it's also one of the rarest cars in the game. I already uploaded a single episode with this car, so feel free to watch that after you finish this video. However, this car is amazing on all of those super tiny handling tracks like the Chihuahua circuit, and it's basically unbeatable there. Compared to my single video with the car, I even have a new tune for you guys. This is uploaded by Shaggy Scroll 660, probably the best tuning you find for this car at the moment. Special thanks to Zombie Jesus for letting me know. We ended the handling list with a super rare car in the game, and now we start the speed list with another one, the Plymouth Belvedere. Basically it's a slightly worse version of the car that we're going to have on first on the speed list. Definitely not an easy car to handle, however if you want to try it, Mansory got you covered with a tune. Get yourself ready for this beastly Nissan Silvia S13 on fourth. With its over 1200 horsepower, this car especially shines when it comes to top end, reaching over 360 km per hour. This is in B class. I probably don't have to tell you though that this leads to an interesting drivability. The tune of our choice in this case is Mr. C Yeah Boss. The Holden Torana is not only one of the best speed sleepers in A class, no, it's also our number 3 pick for B class. This car definitely holds a handful of world records in this class, and the good part is you can tune it in 2 different approaches. It can either be built as a top speed build, so just like the Nissan Silvia before, with that it also reaches like 360 km per hour, or you can do it like Bart. There it's more of an acceleration tune made for circuits, but then the car is topping out at like 280 km per hour. Get your throttle control ready and download either Let's' tune for the speed version or Bart's for the acceleration build. The hard truth of this speed list is that all of those cars you've seen before are generally much worse than the top 2 in this list. And number 2 is the Toyota Sports S800. It's the best speed car in A class and also, yeah, one of the best here in B class. And this is more of an acceleration, more of a circuit tune. It doesn't have crazy top end, but very good downforce and lateral Gs for a speed car in this class. That's where it shines. By that I still don't mean that this car is easy to drive. It's still a beast, trust me. Once again we see that C Yeah Boss is somebody to trust when it comes to speed cars. Get his tune. Like always, I have a specific honorable mention for you guys, and this time it's for all Skyline lovers. It's the Nissan Skyline HR 31. It's a top speed god that can easily reach over 380 km per hour, but that also means that drivability is probably not the easiest. Since Silva and Zombie G's are outdoing each other's world records on the Carretera Chase street race, I'm just showing you both tunes. They are both viable. Get them and try them. Congrats to the grandpa of this group, the Ford Coupe 32, on winning the race. This is definitely the most OP car in this class, and once again more of an acceleration build. It definitely has the best acceleration from all of those cars you've seen before. It can still reach 320 km per hour when it comes to top speed, so definitely not too bad for a B-class car. If you want to use this car on circuits, go with Egao Nohana's version. And if you're looking for sprints or street races, our lovely community member Silva got you covered. Let's keep the momentum and instantly start with the best all-round cars, so all of those cars that are somehow in the sweet spot of the class, and we'll start with the Acura Integra on number 5. It's the second best front-wheel drive car in this list and definitely pretty easy to drive, especially compared to all of this speed stuff that we had before. Diogo Silva's tune comes with drag tires, but this shouldn't stop you downloading it. We're moving on with some Jeep action as the Toyota FJ40 is our number 4 pick. Solid handling, solid acceleration, solid top speed. However, it can be a bit boaty, but just look at the car, you know. Once again, Silva shows us his special B-Class magic and provides the tune for all of us. Everything that I said about the FJ40 before also applies to our number 3 pick, the International Scout. It can generally be described as the slightly better version of the Toyota. So if you're a fan of big, boaty Jeeps that could also be utilized for some kind of safari tours, then this is your car, and once again, Silva is our tuner of choice. The Forza Horizon 5 PI system seems to love Jeeps, as the CJ5 Renegade is our number 2. In general, it is to say though that this Jeep is much better than the ones you've seen before. The acceleration is crazy, and this car is almost as good as the pick that we have on number 1. Simultaneously, if you need all-wheel drive and hate front-wheel drive, then this might be your best all-round car in this class already. This seems to be a back and forth between Silva and Diogo Silva in terms of tunes, and this time it's Diogo again. It's honorable mention time, and yes, purist lovers, I heard you. This category now is only dedicated to you. The Porsche 550 is the best purist in B-Class when it comes to all-round. K1Z Bart got a great tune. Enjoy this rear-wheel drive car. Additionally, I want to show you the Alfa Romeo TZ2, which gets overlooked most of the time in the game compared to some other cars. But I definitely think it's another very lovely lightweight vintage car, so get that, and the tune is provided by K1Z Bala. And now clap your hands everybody for the king of B-Class all-round, the Honda Civic 74. This is one of those cars that was OP since the start of the game, and it didn't change. So yeah, B-Class seems to be some kind of sweet spot for front-wheel drive cars, since this is the best all-round car, and we have the Civic 97, which is the second best handling car. A new tuner face for this video, but definitely not for the channel or for our Johnson Racing community, the Danny. We're starting off this ranking with the best handling cars, and our number 3 pick, the Peugeot 205 Rally, a lovely front-wheel drive handling beast. It's glued to the tarmac and can definitely be your new favorite city cruiser through Guanajuato if it's just about sightseeing and having fun. Definitely be aware that the 205 only features a top speed of around 180 km per hour, so if you're on straights in races against all-round or speed cars, you're definitely going to lose. But on handling tracks, this is amazing. Quirgo, or however this person is pronounced, is our tuner of choice in this case. On second, we have the Honda CRX from 1991. Its characteristics are pretty similar to the 205 before, however, the top speed and acceleration of this car is slightly better, hence it's also working on more all-round focused tracks. You can compare it pretty much to what the Civic 97 does in B-Class. It's another front-wheel drive car using slick tires for perfect grip, uploaded by Travis. The honorable mention in this case, and of course another great handling car in C-Class, but also pretty goofy in my opinion, the Renault 4L. It's super responsive initially, and that's why it's super weird to drive. So definitely handle with care and don't roll it. Apparently Dubis is an avid enjoyer of this little goofy monster, hence he's providing the tune. Yes, it's possible to have an even more handling-focused car than the Peugeot 205, as our number 1 pick is the Sierra 700R. The difference to all 3 cars before is it's featuring all-wheel drive, and that means it's even grippier and easier to drive. So yeah, basically every single corner, or let's say every second corner, is full throttle with this car. But definitely only use this car on tiny handling tracks. It doesn't work anywhere else. Professor OW loves these handling beasts, and that's why we're featuring him. We're going much quicker in our next category as we're talking about the best power builds in C-Class, and we're starting with the Pontiac GTO. Such a speed beast. It basically features amazing top end with 340 km per hour, and this is in C-Class, but that's actually it. don't expect it to turn. If you want to fight with its traction and reach crazy speeds, Silva got a tune for you. Not quite as powerful as the Pontiac, but definitely a bit easier to drive, the Mustang GT from 65 on second. But don't get me wrong, ladies and gents, it still reaches 315 kilometers per hour, which is mental for C-Class, and you won't have the easiest time to tame that beast. As you can see, Silva loves to show off his throttle control in these speed beasts, as again, he's our tuner of choice. In comparison to that, the Pontiac Firebird Trans Am is even crazier than the GTO. That means it's even slightly faster on straights, but also even harder to drive. Have fun dying. It's tuned by Killian Firebolt. I think that's the first time we feature this name. And now we all have to be strong. I'm definitely not Rick-rolling you guys. The Reliant Supervan, a car featuring 3 wheels, is the best speed car in C-Class. If you plan to drive it, the first thing you are doing is go to your settings and enable traction control. It's one of the few cars in the game that definitely require TCS, and if you're not using it, you will definitely question some life choices, trust me. Even though the Reliant doesn't reach the top speeds of some other cars on this list, no other car comes close when it comes to lap times. Snowsays aka Seasons is responsible for this acceleration monster. Next up, let's talk about the cars that hit the sweet spot between power and handling, our lovely all-round cars, and with the Toyota Celica on third. It's once again one of those front-wheel drive cars with decent handling. It's not too understeery and much more powerful than all cars you've seen on the handling list. But to gain better acceleration and more speed, we also need to make compromises, and that's why this car doesn't feature slicks anymore like the handling cars. No, we only have stock tires now. If you're interested in this lovely all-rounder, don't hesitate to download Doobie's Tune. Our number 2 pick, the Porsche 550A Spyder, is finally the first rear-wheel drive car in this list, which is not a power build. I love the amazing downforce of this car, and in terms of mid-speed acceleration, it's also a very, very good choice. It's a bit more slidey than the Celica, but I trust you to manage that. Doobies love C-Class, and that's why we love Doobies. We already mentioned this car briefly in today's list, but now it's also our honorable mention, the Civic 97. It's not as strong as in B-Class, but still a very viable choice for your C-Class endeavors. BMW Dave uploaded his tune in 2022, but it's still good. Get it. Oh no, not this again. Well, say hello to the Reliant Supervan, the best all-round car in C-Class. This time it's a bit more handling based, it still has this great acceleration, it's not as cancerous to drive as in the power build section. You don't require TCS this time, but it's still a handful to drive. Drag tires, rear-wheel drive, 3 wheels. Amazing, a walk in the park. Uploaded by PTW Cerno. As usual, we're starting with the road handling list and our number 3 pick, the Renault 4L. How can you not love this car, especially with this amazing spare tire on the roof? It has less than 100 horsepower and therefore provides you with a very, very chilled performance. With its slick tires and front-wheel drive, it's so easy to drive, you basically can't do any mistakes with that car. The Renault was meta on day 1 and it's still very, very viable, even with this old tune provided by BMW Dave. I keep my promises, I told you there will be goofy cars on this list, and here is the first one, the Volkswagen ID4 on second. It's such a weird thing to drive, as the acceleration is so insane for a D-Class car, you even have insane wheel spin initially. Simultaneously, it features over 1000 horsepower and weighs almost 2000 kilograms. Definitely don't take this car on tracks with longer straights, as you'll mostly be hitting the speed limiter most of the time. The madman providing you with this car is called Zombie Jesus 52. On first, and we've seen this car multiple times on this channel, is the Sierra 700R. Woohoo! Slick tires, all-wheel drive, and only 63 horsepower make this the easiest car you've ever driven in the game. However, it still has a better top speed than the ID4 with over 1000 horsepower. Shaggy Scroll is, again I think, the whisperer of the Sierra 700R. D-Class Goofy time number 2 with our number 3 pick on the power list, the Peel P50. Wow. Let's say it's very intense to drive, so the first thing you do is enable TCS if you don't want to crash instantly. After getting used to the car, which might take 2 hours or 5 years, you see that this is more of an acceleration build and not a pure power build. So yeah, this car is more made for these mid-speed tracks like HMC for example. Haven't seen this name for a while actually in these videos. Rock LXD with the tune. We're reaching full power land with the Datsun 510 on second. This is one of these cars that requires a magic throttle finger on your end, or you will just die. Reaching 300 km per hour is definitely something in D class, and if you want to experience that yourself, say hello to Zombie Jesus once again. In this category I also have an honorable mention for you, the Ford Coupe 40. It used to be the main world record holding car, but got beaten by a few others. It's basically like the Datsun, just with even less low and mid-speed handling. Zombie Jesus, our special one, simply loves these cars. On first, the Ford Coupe from 1932. Such an old guy. When it comes to top speed, of course, the best on this list, but simultaneously probably also the hardest to drive. Reaching 320 km per hour with these wood tires, what can possibly go wrong? Have fun, ladies and gents. I strongly believe that Zombie Jesus is only making these tunes to see us suffer. With the Porsche 550, our number 3 on the all-round list, we're bringing you a well-balanced experience. A decent steady acceleration, a nice top speed of 200 km per hour, and also not too much wheel spin with its rear drive. Side note for me, Forza Horizon 5 can look extremely good. What do you think about that? However, if you're searching for a great all-rounder which is not completely glued to the tarmac, this is your car. With the tune provided by Sharku. Silly season starts early this year as the Reliant Supervan is our number 2. Rear drive, drag tires on 3 wheels actually lead to a decent drivability? I mean, it's still wobbling around a bit and it's kind of a weirdo, but it feels alright actually. It's much better than in all other classes. And it's also much quicker than the Porsche before, so it got better acceleration and the top end is also superior. OPR Witty Joey is again the master of the Reliant. We're coming to the all-round honorable mention, and it's this little sweetie, the Ford Puma. A very solid, easy to drive all-rounder with front-wheel drive. It's basically like the Porsche, just with less wheel spin. K1Z Bart seems to enjoy D-Class occasionally. Get his tune. How much did Peel pay to make their car so good in D-Class? The Peel Trident, our number 1. Look at this insane acceleration, fellow potatoes. And it somehow looks like it could be out of Fallout. I definitely want to point out though that this is a much different experience compared to the PL50 you've seen before on the power list. The Trident features all-wheel drive and off-road tires, so it's easier to drive. It's still weird, maybe a bit like the Reliant, but you know, if you get the hang of it, it's okay. It's a crazy little monster that was even more OP in Forza Horizon 4. I don't know how to pronounce this name, Gerchapi, something like that. He's the god of the Trident. If you made it this far, you're an amazing human being and will smash every single online driver in Forza Horizon 5 from now on. Thanks for watching, don't forget to smash the like button and try one of these videos that I'm linking right now here. I'm your favorite German potato. Cheers!